And we're ready to go ahead and get into our first game of finals. Let's go ahead and let's throw it over to BeanSoldier, I believe will be starting us off.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Just BeanSoldier versus Adam. Final game, Bears versus Fire Artifacts. Best of luck to both casters, and let's see how we get this started.
Here comes the turn one Astro Rabbit. Boom. I look.
Just that good.
All I'm saying,
just that good.
Yeah, I can intuit it.
Sculpt in hands. I mean, we've said this time and time again today. Astro Rabbit, one of the best plays. It's been historically the best turn one play. Strong start, but we'll see what Adam has in store for us for their first turn as well.
Yeah, it really is a solid start to BeanSoldier's first game of finals, and Adam just gonna mirror that. It's a classic. I like your play so much, I'll do it myself.
Rabbit gaming. Gotta see a race here. Who will win?
Picking card, gonna go ahead and sculpt that hand.
And notably, only one set from BeanSoldier as well. We'll see how many sets from Adam. Doesn't necessarily tell us too much here because they even be just kind of trickling these out. And as we've seen time and time again, there really isn't too much rune removal in either of these decks other than maybe just going for the Majursa combo. But usually when you're going for that, you're doing more than just popping runes. You're just pushing to win the game. And we got an Eddie coming out here to contest that Rabbit.
Yeah, that is very solid. It means that Adam has to basically have Shield here or Tsunami to contest this swinging. And it looks like they're just going to let it go. I guess Argo would also do it, but it doesn't feel too good to do an Argo this early. Especially when we're likely going to try and cast a Volcaries here. Smoltuga might go search that Volcaries.
Yeah, about to see there, just kind of getting some setup. Notably, since it's an Eddie, don't have to worry about, at least not knowing right now, having to worry about the stats being swapped again, but a potential Galaxy from BeanSoldier could easily flip that on its head.
Searching out the Volcaries, Champion of Hephaestus.
Yeah, a lot of pressure put on that card to potentially start crawling back on this board, and since we know Bean is on Bears, there's always the looming threat of just all of a sudden, surprise, Majursa, bye-bye board. Now have to deal with a ton of pressure on your Spirit deck.
No, really, I wonder if we're casting Lessel here, or yeah, we're going for an Harpoon. I wonder if maybe just Reenchant Rabbit would be the move, but we're just going to continue to go even wider and just know that Adam is going to have a very hard time contesting this board because it's so wide. And there's Ryoling.
Got some pressure there as well. And that pressure, just something to hit over, potentially hit over the Smoltuga, probably feels good from that really, I shouldn't say probably, it does feel really good from this wide board position because now Adam just needs a response or else it's going to start pressuring. Needs to start being able to chip away at that board to really start doing something. And, you know, usually I would feel better if I was the Bears player facing a wider board because of the ability to pop multiple stuff. But Fire Artifacts?
Well, Fire Artifacts, here is Champion of Hephaestus Volcaries. BeanSoldier making sure that Adam is in fact declaring the effect. And here comes Gorgon's Gaze, 2 Frost into the Underworld, setting up for the Cryoling effect, and that's just a pass from Adam. BeanSoldier's got like 5 cards in hand or something at this point, maybe more. Hand Sculpt off of Astro Rabbit, Ascend into Cryover?
Ooh.
Maybe. I like that a lot if that's what we're doing here. Ursicle, so we're doing this because we want to make sure that we can go ahead and cast out Majursa. I like this play a lot.
Yeah, gotta leave up that Elestral slot. Just getting the Hibernation. Probably telegraphing that Ursa's Den is in hand. Wanting to be able to go for a Majursa and pop 2 cards. And with this wide board, BeanSoldier has the potential to do a ton of damage on this turn here.
One of my favorite parts about Hibernation is it requires you to control a bear or an Ursa card. So actually, we can go ahead and Hiber off of this Ursicle if we choose to. I guess we're not going to. Maybe Josh isn't seeing it or decides not to. But it is an option here to go ahead and you can pay off of it and still resolve this effect. And it would let him spend a little less spirits here, especially since this Ursicle is in defense position. Looks like
I could see maybe if it was an attack position to deal more damage, but even then, if you're that tempo swing and crush swing from the Majorsa might be so much that you don't necessarily need all the damage up front. You'll just get there over time anyway.
that is fair, and if this back row is real interaction, like a Gorgon's Gaze, that would be bad. You can see Adam off on the side, kind of grooving here. I think that it's really smart to kind of not worry too much about this board state, because this is a scary thing. And so either they know that Gorgon's is back there, or it's like, well, this game might be over already, but that's a-okay with me.
Yeah, a shield. Or no, a
Shield
shield
pop
gets
is
popped.
big.
I was about to say, would it have been wise to Gorgon's the Ursicle, but I guess if you had a way to deal with the Majorsa, it's better just to let Bean commit the resources, but...
And the second Hibernation comes out. It's all right, my bad. He's better than me. He knows what he's doing. Getting back 2 spirits.
That draw feels
Drawing a
good.
card.
Yeah, and now just can swing in for a ton of damage. Just as this deck likes to do.
Yeah, so the Gorgonzing Ursicle can be rough because if they already have the cards in hand, that can be a really big punish. But Gorgonzing Majorsa means that they have to commit all the resources. It's 7 spirits committed. And so if you have a way to out Majorsa, it's always better to just Gorgons the Majorsa as opposed to something else. But Eddie, okay.
All right, what is Eddie being used on? Because that's the big question is, what does Adam have to out the Majorsa?
It's likely nothing. We're going to swap the Narpoon, so it is the highest sum stat we can deal with. There's the Earthquake. All right.
There we go.
All right, that's big.
Wonder if Adam had that in hand. That's why he was doing that little dance, just being like, yeah, glitchy commit.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, I've got the Earthquake, so I'm not out of it. But now, of course, we know that Bean does have the Cryoling, so we got some follow-up pressure about to come out next turn.
Swinging over Rabbit makes a lot of sense here. Cryoling likely, I would imagine.
Yeah, just keep up that pressure. I mean, Majorsa set the pace. Keep it up with the Cryoverns.
And the reality is that BeanSoldier can bleed Adam for a lot this turn, because if like you Gorgons the Cryovern Ascension or anything like that, you still get to crash an Harpoon swing one with Ursicle. And that set card not getting flipped up because you don't really care, but another Ursicle coming down instead. It's very interesting.
Curious to see what ends up getting searched. Will it be in like another Hibernation, another Ursidon, just set up for another Majorsa?
It's probably the 3rd Hibernation here, just to go ahead and get more card draw, get more spirit healing, because Bean is just up so much on board that taking this time to go ahead and kind of recoup some spirits, get some card advantage, I think makes sense, because this Narpoon, it either hits over Eddie or it eats the back row, and that second set back row, I think, from BeanSoldier is probably going to be enough to interact with whatever Adam decides to do here.
Yeah, just pretty much say, all right, I'm pretty sure I can out-pressure you over the long game. Let's just make sure that I can definitely do that. Makes a lot of sense.
It's a Rabbit, I believe, here. Yep.
Let's see what... Well, we won't see for a bit until what Adam gets off the Rabbit, but definitely looking for more ways to get back on board. 2 bears sitting here just ready to poke for some damage, and we'll see if we see a Cryovern. That Cryoling come out, BeanSoldier's handed the Cryovern next turn. Can't definitely pressure the Ast Rabbit, but that back row is still intact.
This is, I think, exactly what BeanSoldier wants here. Not punish at all for setting up the Ursicle Search Hibernation, and another Narpoon coming out means that we just get another Cryoling. This is huge for setup.
I'm pretty much just guarantees that for 2 turns straight, Adam's going to have to deal Cryovern. And that Earthquake's already out here, out of his deck, so he's going to have to come up with some more ways to deal with the 7 attackers.
Yeah, and if Adam doesn't put up pressure this next turn, Cryovern just goes big mode. And I bet that those 2 back row, if there is any pressure applied from Adam, will likely be live and preventing Adam from actually connecting.
Really feels like BeanSoldier's just kind of been in control this entire game. Everything, even if it hasn't worked out for just winning the game is just all to set up that he will eventually win the game.
Yeah, there's an inevitability to how Josh plays, and you can really see it with how patiently he's playing this. He's really making sure that everything's getting set up. Eddie comes out here, likely going to swap the Narpoon, and it's like if that's a Gorgon's Gaze set back there, if it's a Shield of Achilles set back there, anything like that, PTA potentially. We did not actually put a Spirit under the Eddie. That's important. It looks like we will swing it over Narpoon.
Let's get that out of the way. But let's see, is that going to be like a shield? Bean looking like really debating wanting to flip that up here.
There's a possibility that you don't really care that much, but yeah, Gorgon's Gaze, I think, makes a lot of sense. Because you get to go Cryoling, you can put Narpoon to attack, so it can just crash if you want to. Cryoling and a Cryovern threatens so much here, and if Adam's back row is not real, you just steal the game on the spot.
And it's only one back row, so can only answer one of these attacks, especially since the Narpoon is water enchanted, so that will, if it's Tsunami, will be guaranteed to go through, but we see a PTA.
Okay. So PTA on the Cryoling, and I believe there might be a judge question here, where Cryoling is met condition to ascend on cast. PTA is used. Does the trigger leave limbo because it no longer meets the condition to ascend? It is likely right at 6. So if it goes down to 4, does that trigger still happen?
Yeah. That'll make a big difference here on what's about to happen. I want to read Cryoling again to see if I can figure it out.
It still will ascend, and that might be a game-losing play for Adam. Here comes out a fire-enchanted Cryovern, which is very funny. BeanSoldier definitely heard about the eruption for a game in Julian's match, and is saying, you are not going to eruption me here. If you're doing it, it's doing 1 spirit of damage. We're not letting that fly here in finals. And
no games here.
This is about to be a really big turn out of BeanSoldier. They've got a set card. They want to. They can go Cryovern over Rabbit, and then Narpoon Crash with the Eddie, and then swing for 2 with the Ursicle, putting Adam down to just 5 spirits.
That's a huge swing here, and also especially since that PTA was revealed to be the back row, can also confidently throw on that Fire Spirit to play around Eruption. Don't need to worry at all about Tsunami.
Yeah, you could proactively enchant it with water later if it mattered. It looks like Josh will be going for what I just said. Cryovern over Ash Rabbit. Narpoon's going to crash. Set a back row here, and this is looking like it might be the close of this game here. I don't know what Adam could possibly go for here that will save them at this point. 2 spirits out of Spirit deck.
Yeah, as was said earlier, it really has felt like Josh has been in control of this entire game. Just kept a very, very wide board. Galaxy does contest the Cryovern, but also we know there's another Cryovern just sitting and waiting to put on even more pressure.
Yeah, and if there's anything like a Shield of Achilles here, it is game on the spot. There's Ambro, though. That is big.
Yeah, I think that puts it out of shield range if this Galaxy can connect. But also, Josh, I believe, still has the Hibernation if he can't win the game next turn to still keep out of Eruption range.
And there is Tsunami. That is really big. So Cryovern, because it is not water enchanted, goes to defense as a 7 defense. And now this is actually huge.
It was only benefit from enchanting with that Fire Spirit. No downside whatsoever.
Yeah. Gotta think through all the options here, because this is a very tight game state. We're gonna go for an Ambrosia of our own.
That'll help. That helps a lot.
Yeah, that is really big here. Getting a water out. Probably gonna count up the number of frosts as well in Underworld, because Cryoling might not be able to send here once more.
Yeah, if you pull too many frost out. So just water, thunder back. Wonder if just hold off the cryoling or just throw it out. Just throw it out there. Put on more as much pressure as possible.
Exactly. No reason to not just rip it here. Cryoling, trigger to ascend. Put a water under it this time. And now this is threatening 5 spirits of damage on board, which would put Adam down to just 1 spirit. It looks like they're already considering what their 1 to keep might be.
What can you effectively do against 2 Cryovern, 2 Ursicle with 1 spirit?
Not a lot, and it's been tough for Adam to really even find footing in this game from the start, it feels like.
Bean really showing what a master he is at just controlling the board state and just crafting the game to the exact outcome where he wins.
And asking his opponent how many spirits in spirit deck. And we're going to go for, I think that's Hibernation off of the Ursicle to go ahead and heal 2 spirits back.
Okay. Just trying to keep up on spirits since can't win it next turn.
Draw a card as well. I like this game plan. And now Cryovern. Go blast. Swing for 4 damage here. Put Adam down to 2.
And while it may seem like playing down Adam to 1 spirit would have been better than 2, if you've watched enough Celestial gameplay, typically this doesn't change too much. Like, Adam would probably need an Ambrosia to even begin to have a chance to crawl back into this game.
Yeah, Ambrosia Double Eruption does it, but nothing else. And it looks like Adam will scoop it up there. That is our game 1 of finals. And it looks like we are already in here. Our casters are ready. Adam is going to be starting us off here with an Astrab in defense position. Look at the top 3. Sculpt that hand. We've seen this before. You love it. You know it. It is the Astrab in defense position. If Adam is playing PTA in the side, this would be an excellent time to go ahead and grab it off of a rabbit.
For sure. You mentioned earlier if you had a nickel for every time you saw Ambrosia into an eruption for a game. Now imagine if you had a nickel for every time you saw Astrabbit opened.
Oh, I would be rich. If I had time for every time I saw Astrabbit in the opener on stream specifically, I would be rich. I would have so much money because people got counters sometimes they got for tournaments just to see how many end up on stream. But BeanSoldier has the perfect response. If I had a nickel for every time Astrabbit went to attack position because of an Eddy, I'd have made a lot of money in Daybreak format. And it looks like that Eddy is going through.
I would really be curious to see how many games in Stream Clash did not open Astrabbit. That'd be interesting to see.
Yeah,
Volcari's here, though.
Volcari's is a very good turn, too, for Fire Artifact. And Gorgons is the perfect response. Is this game 1 again? Like, is this just... Are we going to see Ursicle into Ursidon? Like, what?
I feel like I'm having deja vu. I feel like I've seen this is at least the second time I've seen Volcari's meet Gorgon's Gaze, or second match Gorgon's has met Adam's Volcari's. But we see a Galaxy come out here to pressure that Volcari's.
And that is brutal, because that means that was an Argo set. It's not doing anything into this Galaxy. It's a really solid play here from BeanSoldier, making sure that Adam is just never getting Volcari's value, but Lavalith is massive.
Into a shield? Yeah, that's shield. So that's going to swing the game back in Adam's favor. Have to attack over that Galaxy. Not going to let that stick and pressure the Lavalith.
That is a really solid turn from Adam here. Going to swing the game, I think, in their favor. Expend to draw from BeanSoldier is so tough.
Makes me wonder what that hand is. Is it just trying to dig for that Majorsa combo to be able to hit big? Switch that H defense makes sense, runs over it anyway. Now can at least avoid taking extra spirited damage and force Adam to play out another Lestral to attack over it instead.
They're taking an extra damage anyway because of the Necruff.
Completely different situation in this game right now. BeanSoldier now on the back foot, but we know how explosive bears can be. Definitely don't count Bean out here.
Yeah, I think the issue is that explosiveness comes at a very high spirit cost. And so this is bound to be a very tough game to try and stabilize in. But Cryoling is a really good start to stabilization.
Oh, absolutely. And that's probably the safer way to go about it, especially if you're trying to play around eruptions. Just having the more efficient options to make sure you don't just auto lose after your big push.
We have exactly 5 in Underworld for the Cryoling, which will ascend with a water. Like this play here. Smart to just go for the Cryoling. Even if you've got something like Den combo, it might make sense to just play it slow here. Play your beaters. You're a lot lower on spirits here. Den combo is expensive.
I mean, there's definitely a world where you want to try to get your opponent to a lower... Ooh, Cryoblast. Nice.
I assume that BeanSoldier said Cryoblast before playing it, but Adam, it looked like they grab it just at the frost hitting the board. Like, yep, it's got to be Cryoblast. There's a frost in the rune row. It's got to be Cryoblast. But a shield bouncing the Cryover and back to hand that's scary. That is really scary here for BeanSoldier.
Yeah, at 8 spirits as well. I was saying there might be a run where just try to use that Cryover to get Adam down to low enough spirits where Den combo does just close out game. But at 8 spirits, unless BeanSoldier can find some healing cards, I don't know if that's going to be a likely plan for him to win this game. But a Kinleo coming down just to keep up that pressure.
And this is 3 damage to face. Just ripping the Lavalith so early is brutal for BeanSoldier here.
And that's the thing. Do you play around the 1-of? I don't typically play around the 1-of personally.
Yeah. No one plays around the 1-of. There's nothing Bean could have done there, I think, to play around it either. It's something that you accept when you play the game of Elestrals. There are just cards that'll hit the board, and it's like, yeah, there's nothing I could have done about that. There's no way I could have played around it. But single-handedly, I think this Lavalith has won Adam this game, unless Bean can really claw back in with a very good series of plays. And like Ursicle get Hibernation might be a start.
I think here you just had to play the sustain game and try to find like another Cryoling or a way to build up into Cryover and to pressure that Lavalith. But even then, 2 back rows. So that's a Den. Ooh.
We've got to have like 2 Hibernation in hand then. It's got to be something like we've got double Hibernation. We're going to Hibernation up to 6 and then go down to 1 to play out Majursa.
Might just be a desperation play. Last-ditch effort to find a winning path, but an Ambrosia also really helps.
Yeah, that also will do it. Ambro plus Hibernation gets us there. Brings us up to 6 spirits.
Yeah, notably grabbing back Frost, Water, so definitely setting up for something big. Oh.
Second Ambrosia. I mean, when you're not doing anything, you gotta have something you're bricking on. This will put us back up to 8.
Question is, we know there's the Den. Is there Hibernation? And how many Hibernation?
There's gotta be a Hibernation in there.
Looked like what? Water, Frost, Water?
Yeah.
We'll see what BeanSoldier ends up going for. Bring back those Water to make sure that there is a way to play around Tsunami to not just lose to that. Makes sense especially if you're trying to set up another Cryover in line. But we see the Den played.
There's Den. Gotta be Pandora's Box. Gotta be Gorgon's Gaze from Adam here. Otherwise, this is going to be a really big swing turn.
And notably misenchanted Den there, but of course with Hibernation can easily get some more spirits on there. Not an issue.
Yeah, it's actually optimal to misenchant it because it plays around Monsoon of Eurus, which was a really big side deck option until people realized that you can just misenchant it. Fine.
Makes sense. And I got the 4 spirits on there to bring out the Majursa, going for it. Den notably does not need to specifically expend Fire and Frost to get it out. So we see that Majursa being played, being able to pop 2 cards. I feel like you just go for those 2 back row and then attack over the lob, or you would have to attack over Kinleo first.
Yeah, you'd have to hit over Kinleo, but I really like just popping the 2 back row, hit over Kinleo. It's kind of like, it's got to be that, because if this Kinleo survives, it's over for you, I think. Oh, there's the Gorgon's Gaze coming out to prevent. And this is now a scoop, I believe, from BeanSoldier that Kinleo, the Lavalith, the 2 1-ofs on board, just making sure that BeanSoldier is not able to get back into this game.
Ooh, and we're going to a game 3. That's how I like my finals.
Let's go ahead and see who's able to take home the Premier Championship.
I'm so excited. Oh, down to where I'm going to be edge of my seat this entire game. And yeah, I definitely expect Bean to want to go first. Just maybe set up that Ass Rabbit. Or maybe we'll mix it up and see an Earthskull played first. But first we see a mulligan by Adam.
Ooh, if you're BeanSoldier, you're very happy to see this. These games have been really tight. Just starting up 2 spirits automatically feels really, really good because that's the kind of margin that you need here in finals. And Adam, on the flip side, probably saw that opener, was like, oh my god, I can't keep this. This is 5 runes. Like, this, I just will lose the game if I keep this. And so now Adam's in an awkward spot where this next hand is like mid. You kind of got to keep it because you're already mulligan, but you're not going to feel great about it being mid.
Yeah, and just hope it's not Hephaestus all your artifacts and, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just something else random that isn't very useful. Ambrosia. Ambrosia early, yeah, no.
Opening Ambrosia does not ever feel particularly good. It's something you want to see late game, usually.
Nope.
And here comes Ass Rabbit. BeanSoldier starting off with the classic.
All 3 games. First
all
thing,
3
Rabbit.
Games. Adam might also be able to start all 3 games here with a Rabbit.
That or maybe an Eddy or a Galaxy. That's been the common trend. It's either respond with the answer to the Rabbit or your own Rabbit.
Yeah, and BeanSoldier likely searching off the top here for either a back row if the hand is back row late, or an Elestral if the hand is Elestral late. And it looks like 2 set back row. BeanSoldier saying, all right, I've needed multiple pieces of interaction to deal with you, and Adam has their own Ass Rabbit, no PTA from BeanSoldier. That's really big for Adam.
Yep, Rabbit versus Rabbit yet again. Crazy to think how often we've been seeing this, but still, just as we keep saying, the best start. And I'm curious to see how many back row Adam will set. Just how deep in the trenches will this war be?
Yeah, this will be a game, I imagine, of inches. Are we setting multiple, or is it just the one? It looks like it's just the one.
All right, let's see how Beans responds. Can get some more searching going, and
nice
that
Galaxy.
Is... Okay, challenge the Rabbit.
Galaxy. That's really big. Unless this set is a Gorgon's Gaze, which is not at this point. The chain is resolved. This Ass Rabbit is going to the underworld. Not meant for this world. There it goes. Swing for 1.
And BeanSoldier grabbed and controlled the board. Last time we saw this, Bean Prince had controlled the board the entire game. So let's see how Adam can come back. Hope we will find a way this time. Volcari's coming down. Will it be met with the Gorgons again?
It has all 3 games so far. And once again, asking, are you activating the effect? And once again, Gorgon's Gaze. It's a little bit of a, I don't know if at the corner of my eye looked like Adam with a little, dang it. Like, slammed the table almost. Because
Volcari's has not been resolving this tournament.
Yeah, you gotta feel bad for Adam because literally every time they have cast Volcari's, there has been a Gorgons here. And so to not have a resolve, re-enchant Galaxy is so big. Ooh. And here comes Gorgon's Gaze. Okay.
Just really trying to keep something on board. Because that's the thing, it especially feels bad to have your Volcari's Gorgon's Gaze when you're behind 2 Elestrals. Like, you need to fight back. Yeah. And that Gorgon's Gaze doesn't just say, you're cut off your Hephaestus. You also can't attack to at least try to do something.
I think the reason for... Oh, no way. No. A Lavalith again.
And the re-enchant.
That is ridiculous.
Allowed that to happen. But this time, Bean has 2 back row to contest it. So hopefully this time, even if a shield gets sniped, there's still something else just waiting there to be flipped.
Tsunami off of the Galaxy is really big here. That is exactly what Bean needs to see. The issue is that Lavalith can't be dealt with by the Galaxy as is. And notably, the target off of Lavalith was the Tsunami that was chained. That feels really bad for Adam now.
Yeah, because now it's in Bean's hands to deal with it. And, you know, even if the Lavalith can't necessarily be dealt with right away, it's definitely not at all the same situation that we saw last game where Lavalith can run away with it. Bean's still very much in control of this game, and even if needing to take an extra turn here, can still do stuff. It looks like the re-enchant is happening. Curious to see if that's just to get rid of the Volcari's or if the Lavalith will have some way to be taken down.
It's almost definitely just outing this Volcari's and swinging for a damage in the process. You put this Galaxy at the Volcari's. If Adam wants to protect it, it gets shielded, and then you get to play it out next turn. This also is really solid in terms of just dealing damage and starting to poke through. But BeanSoldier has 3 sets. This is scary for Adam. A Gorgon's Gaze does it. A Shield of Achilles sets up so much.
Is that the Kinleo
is really big. That's crazy. Both games, Astrabbit into Volcarius, into Lavalith, into Kinleo. And here's Poison Tunic coming out for this Kinleo to Nexus with.
Yeah, this is huge. Gorgon's Gaze is probably the best bet to shut this down. But even if BeanSoldier doesn't have that, but has other back row, can stave off some damage, but your board's still being dismantled.
And there's the Gorgon's Gaze onto the Kinleo. Paying off the Galaxy is big. And if there's a shield for this Lavalith, I think that will be game here. That will just be such a big swing for BeanSoldier.
Yeah, I'll probably feel great, like, oh, thank goodness I had that Gorgon's Gaze. That was exactly what I needed there. But yeah, shielding the Lavalith would probably be best case scenario, but pulling an Eruption.
Wow, okay. Very interesting here. It looks like BeanSoldier getting rid of a fire, potentially looking at the Underworld. Good to check. Cryoling will be important here.
Makes sense to pull off of the Lavalith. Likely those 2 spirits to burn 3 is more valuable than keeping them on the Lavalith, especially if you want to use the Lavalith to pressure the Galaxy here.
Yeah, definitely is something that makes a lot of sense. I wonder if BeanSoldier just lets this go through. No sets. If you have a Gorgon's Gaze here to stop the attack, I think you might rip it. Because you can just re-enchant Galaxy and swing.
Just deal with it, yeah. Just keep guys on board to make sure you can deal with Adam's board. And notably, Adam, no set cards.
Yeah, that's the big thing here. If there's a second Galaxy in BeanSoldier's hand, there's a Cryoling in hand. This is so much for him. Second Galaxy, I think, does it all.
Yeah, answers both. I mean, this is literally BeanSoldier's moment to just take control of this game leading into the final few turns, because unless we see some serious Ambrosias, this game probably won't last more than a few more turns.
Ursical also does it. It would put Adam down to 2 spirits, I believe.
Right,
Ursical,
and just do the double pop on Elestrals.
There's an Harpoon.
Okay, that handles the Kinleo. That's like the bare minimum of what you need to do to make sure Adam's board stays in check.
Getting out Cryoling makes a lot of sense. Means that if Adam doesn't draw back row next turn, this Lavalith is going bye-bye.
Yeah, and yeah, another set.
Another set is crazy.
That back row really 180 from last game. You really need that back row, period.
Yeah. I'm imagining that one of these sets is probably a Tsunami, which would be really, really big. And here's an Ambrosia from Adam.
Good time to have that, though. Still need a lot more to push through these cards. Spirits alone, not enough to do it.
Puts us up to 9 spirits. We're very close in spirit totals here. The big thing is that BeanSoldier just has so much back row. I think it also has cards in hand. Here's an Eddie. That means this board can get cleared here, which is really big. And also, Tsunami would be killer for BeanSoldier. Eddie swings at the rabbit. Tsunami means Lavalith can't attack over. That would be really, really big here. But it looks like Eddie will hit over the rabbit, and Lavalith hits over the Narpoon.
Will it get shielded here? I don't know if you really want to bounce back the Lavalith hand versus, you got the Cryover and against no back row to just deal with the Lavalith, period.
Absolutely. Yeah, you definitely just say Cryover deals with this. I'm not worried. One thing I will note, Josh is notorious for bleeding back row. Oh, okay. So we are going to go for Shield of Achilles here. Okay, so this puts us down to 5. I wonder if the game plan... No, I'm trying to think of what... Maybe we have Bear combo here. No, there's Cryoling. This pushes 2 damage this turn. We have more back row. No way. Are we setting up for Cryoscorch for game?
Please.
There's no way.
Please.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Okay.
Yeah.
So we Get out Cryo in here. I'm gonna have a panic attack if this is Cryo Scorch for game.
Please, I paused there to laugh because I saw K's face.
Yeah, K in our
Best expression.
It's just freaking out. I think we're rereading what Cryovern says. This is where we just set our hand? Or... Okay,
Yeah.
This is where we swing over with the Cryovern. We swing for 1 with an Harpoon and say, look, if you've got... You want to go for the... You want to go for Lavalith? That's cool. But I'm going to take you out here. Okay, Earthquake is out of the question now.
Oh, and that should put Adam down to, I believe, 6 spirits?
Yeah, he was at 8, took 2 here, down to 6. Lavalith would put us at 4. We can swing over for 1 damage. That isn't enough.
No.
BeanSoldier honestly in a very tough spot here, I think. Despite having board control, because if Adam has a Shield of Achilles, that's a lot. Lavalith is pretty big here.
Another Eruption also disrupts any plans to have more spirits. The
Gorgon's Gaze. Okay.
So pulling off an Harpoon. This does notably put Bean in Eruption range. Does Adam have a second Eruption, though?
The big thing is if that last Spirit in Spirit deck is a fire, we can just Cryovern for game.
I don't...
Festus.
Doesn't look like Adam has the Eruption, else probably would just drop that right away.
Yeah, that would be immediate if there was an Eruption in hand. What are we getting here? Are we going...
Torture Lyre?
Poison Tunic?
Oh, that's another...
Oh, we're trying to make sure that we don't get hit over. I don't think Adam is aware that Cryoscorch is an option here. Like, tell me that face down Spirit is a fire, and Adam does not have any back row. That's a pass! Are we going to see Cryoscorch for game winning finals?
Please.
Cryovern effect! No way! Discards the hand! Ascends with fire!
Yes!
BeanSoldier is going to win with Cryoscorch for game! Burning 5 from the Spirit deck! Destroying all runes! There's no way!
Does BeanSoldier still have a Spirit in Spirit deck? Because Cryoscorch does need to have at least one.
There is one Spirit in Spirit deck!
Yes.
And that's game!
Oh my gosh, that's amazing!
BeanSoldier is your premier winner!
I'm here with not only Cryoscorch, but also Majursa. But more important than all of those things, I am joined once more by BeanSoldier. Josh, we cannot keep meeting like this.
Yes, we can.
That's true. You're just going to keep getting away with it. And you know what? I'm going to allow it because you just made dreams come true today. How are you feeling right now?
I'll be honest, wasn't expecting to win with Cryoscorch, but
You weren't?
we take it. We take those. Not like Cryoscorch was carrying me all day today. No one was expecting it. It was awesome.
Absolutely incredible. This has been an evolution of the Bears deck that I know that I did not expect. What kind of dubious cooking went into this? How did you land on Helios's Bury It ride?
So this list is almost identical to the one that Justin either got top 4 or top 8 with a couple premieres ago. And the only changes are literally taking out all the Nog stuff, like the Nectars and the Nectars, and putting in good cards like Eddies and Galaxy Champs and like more back row. That's all it is. It's like Cryovern, like Frost aggro with like a bear package. That's all it is. It's awesome.
It's beautiful. And you know what? I have been waiting to say this, and I know you have been waiting to say this. Bear's best deck.
Bear's best deck.
Bear's
I've been
best
saying it, folks.
deck.
I've been saying it.
And you made it come true. You are our newest champion, Bears' newest champion. Let's go, Cryoscorch. This is a win of all time. And they can't keep letting you get away with it. And yet, here we are.
And yet.
Okay, now I have to know. Obviously, like you said, you sort of stood on the shoulders of giants here with Justin T's list. But how did you prepare for this? Obviously, you've talked with BlueStacks. You've been an absolute menace through this entire format. People cannot keep letting you get away with it, yet here we are. What made you decide this is the tournament that Bears finally has her moment and becomes the champion?
Looking at the last premiere, there wasn't like any bear representation, so I was kind of hoping that it kind of fell off of people's radars as a really strong deck, especially after the ban list. So I thought that this was like a really good option. Like Frost 5s or like Frost Aggro on its own was doing really well at the past premiere too. So why not just add some of the most busted cards in the game on top of that, just to increase the ceiling even higher?
I know that you had to have heard whispers of the fact that Adam was on Eruption and was absolutely eruptioning people for game. Obviously, you play Fire natively in your list. Did you have to adjust going into this finals knowing that that was always a threat?
I'll be honest, I had no idea.
You didn't?
I had no clue. So yeah, I had no idea that they were on Eruption stuff until it happened in, what was it, game 2? So I'm like, oh yeah, we should probably play around that now.
Okay. So you're just built different. And I think that this is a question that I have to ask. How do you feel? Obviously, as an Elestriad winner, you have your Divine coming out. It is a Bear Divine. How do you think that it fits into this Bears list, any Bears list? Is it a game changer? The BeanSoldier Divine?
Look, I can't spoil a whole lot, but it fits in every bear deck. It is unbelievable. I cannot wait to reveal what this card does.
I cannot wait. We've been getting sort of the sneak peeks, the previews. We've gotten little hints and everything at art, and now you've done it. You've become the bear champion. It's perfect. You've really set yourself up for just an incredible storyline here.
No, I can't wait.
Okay, and with that, you've done so much in this format. I don't know if you're allowed to leak what you're cooking next, but are there any other archetypes, any other decks that you're looking at cooking in the future, bringing to future tournaments, anything on the horizon for you?
I'll be honest, I have no idea what I'm bringing next.
Fair enough.
Maybe I'll bring Carry-Off again. Carry-Off is so much fun. Yeah, shout out to all the Carry-Off enjoyers. I know some of you have brought the deck to the premiere, and some of you did really well with it. I'll probably bring Carry-Off soon.
Okay, all right. Hey, listen, to those of you listening at home, be on the lookout, because the crimes that this man, as I point to a bear and a dragon, can commit with a Hermes list. Oh my goodness. On that, I know it has been an incredibly long day, but is there anyone that you would like to thank or shout out before I let you go rest?
Oh, yeah. I have 4 people in particular to shout out. I know I already said Justin, but 4 more people. Shout outs to Trish, Swole, and I guess not 4 people, because that would be including me. And Not Sure It, for also piloting the bear list to top 8. We all topped it together with bears on the identical same deck. So shout out to them for humoring the list and also going crazy with Cryoscorch. Also, shout outs to Go Cryoscorch. Go Cryoscorches.
No
Shout outs to season 2. And then and as always the Cabal. So but yeah, thank you to all those folks for helping the list come a reality.
And listen, I know you're like, hey, well, I guess that was including me, so not me. If you're not going to do it, I'll do it. Thank you, BeanSoldier. Everyone say it with me. Thank you, BeanSoldier, champion of bears, the leader of Cryoscorch. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I cannot wait to see what you do next.